everybody! Happy Earth Day! I hope you guys are having an amazing Earth Day and treating our Mother Earth really, really nicely. I was inspired by Earth Day for this video, and I want us to design our own pond and write about it. So, for a little bit of inspiration, I came to my own local pond. It's called Bicentennial Pond. I'm going to show you a couple cool things that it has, and hopefully that will help you design. Okay, so in Bicentennial Pond, there are two main types of fish that like to live here. The sunfish and also the minnow. They like to live here because it is a freshwater pond. That means that it's not saltwater like the ocean. So a lot of different types of fish and animals can live in here. That also means that there are plants that they can eat, other fish that they like to eat, and also just dead other insects at the bottom of the pond as well. Are another animal that likes to live at Bicentennial Pond. This is a picture of a bullfrog. They also have something called a leopard frog that likes to live around here. So both of these frogs like to eat snakes and worms and fish and other different aquatic plants. They also eat other frogs too. It's kind of gross, but they like to live right here along the edge of the water in the grass or in the mud and the leaves and everything, so that they can eat different types of turtles. This is one type of turtle it has. It's called the painted turtle. It likes to eat tadpoles, insects, different plants and things, and it also likes to sit right along the edge of the water, usually on different rocks or patches of grass, and also on broken trees that go right into the water as well. It likes to bathe in the sun. It's a little stream that runs into it, and as you can see, this stream has a lot of rocks. Underneath these rocks, there's a certain animal called a crayfish that likes to live under it. It has huge pinchers, and they come in all shapes and sizes. So they could be the size of your big toe, or they could be the size of your little toe. But these crayfish like to eat everything. So they eat fish, they eat different plants, they eat dead things at the bottom of the pond, and they also eat other crayfish. It's kind of gross when you think about it, but they like to live underneath those rocks. That right there is a blue heron. It's a type of bird that lives around here. It's not quite like a duck or a swan. It has longer legs, and it has its nest in the trees around the pond. It's really this pond, there's also ducks that like to swim around, especially when it's raining, because that's when all the really, really yummy stuff at the bottom of the pond is easiest to get. The sun is starting to set, which means that I am not going to stick around and find out what kind of other animals like to live here, but hopefully learning about the pond and seeing some pictures of some animals that like to live here is going to help you design one of your own.
Alright, so as you start to make your pond, here's a checklist of some things that you want to consider when you're starting to design it. So you want to think about the animals, what food they eat, what kind of habitat they need to live in. Is your pond going to have a beach or with sand, or is it just going to be completely surrounded by land? What's the name of your pond? How big is it? Is there a stream or two running into it? Do you have different plants or trees around it? That is totally up to you. And as an example, I made my own pond for you. So I named it Baker Pond, and I drew a little frog because frogs like to live along the grass and everything, and there's some fish in the pond, and here's some trees with nests for the different birds, and a broken tree for the turtles. And there's a little tiny stream over here also that runs into it. So there's a lot that you can do when you're designing your own pond. I hope you have fun with this.